So I'm curious, on a little bit more of a serious note, there's been a lot of conversations about action movies and guns after Aurora, after Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that you were shooting White House Down previous, of course, way far previous to Sandy Hook, and maybe even Aurora, given the post effects that had to go into a movie like that. What were your feelings after those incidences and the conversation around
you always say, is this right what I'm doing? Is this, can we still do this? Will people be turned off by it, you know? But then, you know, the more and more I like kind of think about it, you know, I think in movies there's a clear distinction of good and bad. In real life, you know, there's only evil. When it comes to these things, it's only evil. There is nothing redeeming or anything about it. It only, you know, in a way, you know, like kind of screws up our, you know, way we travel, how we live, etc. In movies, actually, there's always like a good guy who will win, and that gives, I think, people, you know, some sort of a release and hope, you know, that one day maybe, you know, we can you know, not have these things anymore. And also, on the other hand, you reflect reality as a filmmaker. You cannot do anything. I mean, we cannot have only fantasy movies, you know, or science fiction movies. You have to make movies about our times, and you have to do action movies because people love them.
Right, but I guess in not just necessarily the violence, but after those incidents, there's been a discussion about the fetishistic use of guns in movies. And there's definitely, I wouldn't call White House Down to be fetishistic in its use of guns, but it is, like most action movies, the guns have to get bigger as we progress along the plot and move towards the bad guy.
Yeah, totally. And that's like just that's the genre.
Yeah.
You know, but I think people have a very good sense this is a movie, because the movie itself doesn't take it that serious. You know, I'm a little bit more worried, you know, about these shoot 'em up games. You know, where like kind of kids do video games where they score higher the more people they shoot.
Wow.
And they become more and more realistic, these games.
So you think video games sort of bridge the gap between reality and fantasy?
Yes, also, I mean, kids play much more video games than watching movies.
That's interesting. So, you know, you're moving from this into Independence Day 2. Are you excited?
Yes, sure.
And why?